Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from PMV Pharmaceuticals. It's a bit like a roller coaster with some ups and downs and a whole lot of votes. Turns out even when the shareholders vote, sometimes the company does what it wants anyway. Buckle up because we are going to decode what it all means. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate filings, make sure you're subscribed. Also, we have a Discord community linked in the description below. Come join us to discuss this and many other companies. This report is called an 8K, and companies use it to announce important events to their investors. It's like a corporate newsflash, letting everyone know what's going on. This particular one is all about the results of their annual meeting, where shareholders get to vote on important company matters. The meeting took place on June 5, 2025. Let's jump into the details of what happened at the annual meeting. Item 507 of the report covers the submission of matters to a vote of the security holders or stockholders. In other words, this section tells us what the shareholders voted on and how those votes turned out. PMV Pharmaceuticals held their annual meeting virtually, meaning it was online. The first thing on the agenda was electing directors. Directors are like the company's governing body, making important decisions about where the company should go. The stockholders voted for two Class 2 directors, Arnold Levine and Charles Baum. Let's look at the results of the voting for Arnold Levine. There were about 26.7 million votes for him, meaning people wanted him as a director. Around 5.1 million votes were withheld. Withheld means the shareholders didn't want to vote for him but didn't vote against him either. There were also almost 8.8 million broken non-votes. These are votes that brokers holding shares for clients didn't cast a vote on. The voting results for Charles Baum show about 13.3 million votes for him and about 18.6 million votes withheld. Again, there were nearly 8.8 million broken non-votes. Both Arnold Levine and Charles Baum were elected as directors. They will serve until the 2028 annual meeting. The next proposal was about executive compensation. Executive compensation is how much the top bosses get paid. This vote was a non-binding advisory vote, meaning it doesn't force the company to do anything. The shareholders are simply giving their opinion. The vote was about approving the compensation of the company's named executive officers. In this vote, about 11.6 million people voted for the compensation plan. About 25,000 abstentions, meaning they didn't vote either way. Again, there were about 8.8 million broken non-votes, so in this non-binding vote, the shareholders did not approve the executive compensation. Despite the vote against, the company's board of directors has the power to decide what to do with executive compensation. Even though shareholders didn't approve the pay, the board could still decide to keep the pay packages the same. The third proposal was to ratify Ernst & Young LL as the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the year ending December 31, 2025. This means shareholders were voting on whether they agreed with the company's choice of an accounting firm to check their financial records. Here, 39.9 million voted for, about 639,000 voted against, and there were 0 abstentions. This means that the shareholders agreed with the company's choice of Ernst & Young. That wraps up the key votes from PMV Pharmaceuticals' annual meeting. The company then officially signed off on the report, with the Chief Financial Officer, Michael Carulli, doing the honors on June 9, 2025. Up now, let's step back and look at the bigger picture. On one hand, the election of directors went smoothly. However, the fact that a large number of votes were withheld for Charles Baum could indicate some shareholders aren't completely happy with him. The real drama, though, is in the vote on executive pay. A majority of shareholders voted against it. This is a pretty strong signal that investors think the top executives are being paid too much, especially relative to how the company is performing. Even though the vote is non-binding, it's still a bad look for the company's leadership. The approval of the accounting firm is pretty standard and shows shareholders trust the company's choice of auditor. Overall, this report paints a mixed picture. The company has some shareholder support, but the strong opposition to executive pay is a warning sign. PMV Pharmaceuticals needs to listen to its shareholders and address their concerns about executive compensation. Or it could face even stronger opposition in the future. Alright, that's our breakdown of PMV Pharmaceuticals' latest filing. What's your take on these votes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.